You are welcome to HN What's Your Say? The #1 listening show where we discuss real issues with real people like you. We are still featuring R. Kelly. Real name Robert Sylvester Kelly. Also known as the R&B King. R. Kelly's older brother Bruce Kelly recently visited R. Kelly in prison and has returned fully charged to sort out the legal issues that saw his brother prejudiced, and his rights abused like he was a second-class citizen. Bruce Kelly has been actively involved in the fight for R. Kelly's return to freedom through his now popular show on LFN Media entitled The Bruce and Sasha Show that discusses matters related to the case against his brother. In yesterday's episode, Bruce Kelly gave a detailed report of R. Kelly's current situation and condition, as observed during his visit at the Federal Correctional Complex FCC Butner in North Carolina where his brother is currently incarcerated. While he describes R. Kelly's condition as generally okay, he also shared what his brother's current concern is, and that's to do with the way government connived with the Bureau of Prisons officers to illegally access his restricted prison phone call and email communications, which they later leaked to his accuser's family to win over their daughter to the government side as a principal witness. Remember, Azriel Clary together with her colleague Joycelyn Savage had chosen to stick by R. Kelly's side even though their parents chose to take the path of blackmail and extortion intended to defraud the R&B King. These two women had made an independent choice to stand by R. Kelly, until the government used the divide and rule method in an act of witness tampering which would have remained a standalone crime, but because they did this using illegally accessed inmate communication logs that are considered restricted information, the government together with the Bureau of Prisons, and their social media blogger counterpart Tasha K who they used to relay this information are now caught up in a conglomerate of crimes. The first being involvement as accessories of aggravated witness tampering, and the other being violation of the Fourth Amendment law that guarantees every inmate a right to be free from unreasonable searches and seizures. According to Bruce Kelly, it doesn't really matter much who BOP Officer A is that leaked this restricted information to the public. What matters is that the whole world now knows this happened considering there is an FBI investigation that was conducted on the same concluding that this actually did happen, and that we know it's illegal. There is no way for the government to say this didn't happen, and the damages this illegal move by R. Kelly's accusers caused go far beyond just witness tampering and violation of Kelly's Fourth Amendment rights. Bruce Kelly has again confirmed what was said by R. Kelly's cousin Levi when he said that from these leaked emails, Azriel Clary and her greedy parents were made aware of R. Kelly's safe custody for a bag full of money back at his apartment, which they quickly took out in yet another illegal act of robbery. It's not acceptable that the government together with its conspirators commits such grave crimes against R. Kelly and gets away with it. Bruce Kelly and Sasha emphasized that the law broke the law and this is not acceptable. By law, it is not acceptable that the government prosecution or any other organ of government breaks the U.S. laws when trying to investigate or prosecute a defendant. According to the U.S. Fourth Amendment law, it is illegal for the government or any other authority to carry out unreasonable or unauthorized searches and seizures. By authorities, the amendment law refers to the police, prosecutors, postal workers, and the Bureau of Prisons officers are no exception. While the court will not necessarily dismiss charges in criminal cases in case of such unlawful searches, by law, all evidence gathered through such unlawful searches is supposed to be suppressed and regarded inadmissible by court. The exclusion of such evidence may eventually result in the dismissal of the corresponding charges which are left orphaned and unsupported. In R. Kelly's case for example, every evidence to do with government principal witness Azriel Clary that was presented in the New York court was derived from this illegal hijack of his prison communication data. Azriel's participation as a government witness in itself was a result of this illegal seizure of his prison phone calls and email records, and this leaves all her accusations hanging for the way they were obtained, nullifying the related charges. R. Kelly's argument is that Azriel's account contributes over 90% reason for his incarceration, meaning that dropping charges in connection to her could see him return straight to freedom. Exceptions to this rule of privacy apply only when the information gathered is in plain view. In R. Kelly's situation, however, it took a Bureau of Prisons officer from another jurisdiction illegally accessing the MCC servers to gather this information that was highly restricted. This officer A has since been prematurely retired, and is likely deployed in another government agency far from Chicago to hide her crimes which have caused great shame to the entire Bureau of Prisons Department. The concealment of the FBI investigation report that confirmed these illegal actions also exposes the Department of Prisons even further, as it confirms they are well aware of the illegalities of their actions. Bruce Kelly, who during his latest visit at the FCC Butner where his beloved brother is currently held, promised him a fight for his freedom. And he says he will be working hard to make sure that every single person or organization involved in the violation of R. Kelly's rights is duly charged in the court of law. According to Conrad Jones, "It's so amazing to see Bruce Kelly stand up for his brother and speak on the issues that actually do matter to him the most. There is no doubt that R. Kelly was violated in many ways and treated in a fashion no American citizen deserves to be treated. We all know that the BOP did leak his restricted communications, including his client attorney phone calls that were supposed to be highly confidential, and this was illegal. How this information was used is another story altogether, and each case should be dealt with separately. The common ground in all this, however, is that once such illegal activities have been busted, any charges that may have depended on this event ought to be dropped. And the people involved in this move to break the U.S. laws should be dealt with like Bruce suggests. The main reason such charges should be dropped is not to encourage government to break the very laws they put in place through Congress. You cannot be the body enacting laws and breaking them at the same time. The people of the United States of America therefore demand that the government explains how this happened, and yet the case continued all the way to sentencing like nothing was wrong. We ought to know what level of corruption this is, to see the BOP abuse their mandate and still face no consequence for this." According to Mike Edmond, while it was already bad enough that his phone calls and emails were leaked purposely to be used to tamper with principal witness Azriel Clary, learning that the same information was used to aid a robbery at R. Kelly's Trump Tower apartment makes the entire event even more disgusting. How can the BOP involve itself in such ashamedly illegal actions that aided a robbery? How are we supposed to trust this government ever again, after learning that they can actually help your girlfriend steal from you like they did R. Kelly? For a man whose music had been muted and with financial issues yet so many bills to pay, taking whatever he was left with at his apartment was just so wrong. Bruce Kelly indeed has good cause to want each and every one that was involved in this to be charged. If you wish to take part in a live interview on this channel discussing any of these topics, let us know by emailing us on sashahnnewsroom@gmail.com for scheduling. That is all we had for you today on HN What's Your Say? To keep updated whenever we post a new video, subscribe to this channel now. Also remember to hit the bell icon and enable notifications. And feel free to share your opinions with us in the comment section below, and let us know if you would like us to publish your views in our next release. We value all our subscribers' opinions.